Good evening, everyone. Good evening. If I could have your attention for 1 second. Just wanted to get everyone's attention, please. We have a very brief program, but a star-studded program. So we just wanted to make a couple comments and thank everyone. My name's Tom Farrell. I'm the Vice President for Alumni Relations and Development, and it's my pleasure to welcome everyone here this afternoon. It's in many ways the official start of Alumni Weekend. We have a great group attending this weekend. We think we'll break our attendance record and have over 5,000 people here for Alumni Weekend. But this is the second year that we've had a combined societies event. And there are 3 societies represented here with our attendees. And I just wanted to let you know who's here. We have the Chicago Society attendees, which are our alumni and friends who have given the university more than $2,500 in any given fiscal year, in this case, the last fiscal year. We have our Harper Society members, who are our cumulative lifetime major gift donors. People have given the university over $500,000 during their lifetime. And we have our Phoenix Society members, which are our estate gift contributors in the future, obviously. And that's also a very important group for us. The university benefits from almost $30 million a year in estate gift commitments. So it's my distinct pleasure to thank all of you for coming here tonight. And I also have the distinct pleasure to introduce my boss and a truly visionary and impactful leader for the university, the 13th president of the University of Chicago, Bob Zimmer.
Thank you, Tom, and let me add my welcome to Tom's welcome to all of you and just say how happy I am to see all of you here today. I know that you're here because all of you believe that the University of Chicago is a very important place, which of course it is, but we would not be the kind of place that we are. We would not offer the kind of education we do. We would not have the faculty doing the nature of the research that they do. We would not have the alumni body that has gone on to such extraordinary levels of achievement without philanthropy over the years. The university was founded on philanthropy. It continues to survive on philanthropy. It continues to flourish on philanthropy. So when you think about the importance of the University of Chicago, you should think about yourself and the other people in this room who are providing leadership in giving to the University of Chicago, which is enabling the University of Chicago to be what it is. There's an enormous amount going on at the university. I can just mention a few things, every one of which is dependent on philanthropy. One thing that is extremely important that we should never forget is the importance of financial aid to our students. This has not been an easy financial time for many families, and the university is committed to its need-blind admissions policy, and in fact to making this an improved policy over time, meaning that we want to improve the financial aid that we offer our students to enable full access to people independent of their financial means. This would be impossible without philanthropy. If you've walked over to see the new Mansueto Library, which is really an extraordinary building and is in fact a very important expression of the university's values and commitment to scholarship, again, impossible without philanthropy. If you look across the Midway and you see this tower going up, which will be a new center for the arts, something that the university has needed for a very long time. In fact, if you read the history of the university, which is now easy if you just follow everything John Boyer writes, you see that the question about creating a center around performing arts has been an issue for the university essentially for the last 100 years. This is going up now. It'll be done in 1 year. Impossible without philanthropy. last September. We had a wonderful opening of the University of Chicago Center in Beijing. It's a very important step in how the university thinks about its work in China, its connection to China, and how the university thinks about its role in a globalizing environment more generally. Again, impossible without philanthropy. Earlier this spring, we appointed the first director of the Institute for Molecular Engineering. This is a major step for the University of Chicago in terms of its scientific program, in terms of its potential impact on society, the nature of the work that's done here. Again, impossible without philanthropy, and the list goes on, whether it's American studies, whether it's Jewish studies, whether it's Islamic studies, whether it's South Asian studies, whether it's cancer and diabetes. On and on, all of these things would be impossible without the philanthropy of our alumni and the philanthropy of our friends. So when you look at the scope of the University of Chicago and you think about the importance of the University of Chicago, you should think about what you are doing and how you are making this possible. So I want to thank you very much for everything that you're doing. I hope you'll continue doing it because we do have a lot more to do. And the leadership you're providing goes beyond the particular philanthropy you have, because every community needs leaders, and that is what you are for our philanthropic community. Now, speaking of leaders, we have with us the chair of the board, Andy Alper, who's going to say a few words. Andy has been a philanthropist, a volunteer leader in virtually every aspect, and it's my great pleasure to introduce him.
Thank you, Bob, and let me add my welcome. As you can tell from Bob's comments, we have a huge amount going on at the University of Chicago right now, and the momentum, I think, has never been greater, certainly in my memory. We just finished 2 days of board meetings, our annual board meeting where we get a lot of business done. And I made the comment last night at the dinner and again today at the board meeting that I think if you, 100 years from now or 50 years from now, when the next generation looks back, this will really be a golden age for the University of Chicago. I mean, think about what Bob just gave you in the helicopter tour, molecular engineering, Mansueto Library, just incredible buildings, incredible programs, the Logan Arts Center. This is really a truly transformational period. And I think it's true that when golden ages happen when certain stars align, and it requires a fair number of stars to align to have these golden ages occur. I think in this case, the stars include literally the stars, and Bob Zimmer and the deans and officers and amazing faculty we have today, just an incredible group of human capital who have vision and energy and real focus on execution, which is very important. We also need a good board, and I must say I'm really blessed as chairman of the board to have a phenomenal group of trustees who are engaged. They are generous with their time, with their money, with their advice, and providing valuable feedback and dialogue to Bob and his team in their efforts to achieve eminence. It requires philanthropy. It requires engagement of alumni, and engagement's not just writing checks. It really is working with each other, helping new students, new graduates find jobs, mentoring people, creating community amongst ourselves. And I am absolutely certain that the golden age that we are in would not be possible without all of you. So I just want to add my thanks. I think that what we're doing together is exciting. I hope you share my pride in it. I will say that I spend a lot of my time personally at the University of Chicago. I live in New York and I commute here sort of. But I am certain that I personally get more out of the university than I give to it. And I hope you feel the same way. I encourage you to get more involved. I think you'll find it rewarding. I know we'll find it rewarding. And I want to have you join me in raising our glasses to what we've all done together for the University of Chicago. So thank you, and hear, hear.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you, President Zimmer. That concludes our program. I will just note that I wanted to also mention and recognize the fact that there are so many trustees and other senior leaders here in the audience, as well as members of the Alumni Board of Governors and several deans. Dean Polonsky's here, Dean Hansen, Dean Pfefferman. I'm sure Dean Boyer is here. So I just wanted to recognize the fact that they're here, and hopefully everyone can continue to enjoy the reception and engage in conversation. So thank you again.